I do want to say just how much we love EagleEye Performance Vision. I mean, just EagleEye has been such a blessing to our family. With Dani, she was having a hard time reading. She was having headaches, said she couldn't see things so well, and that's what triggered us to know there was an issue. When she would read prior to vision therapy, it was a real challenge for her to get from one word to the next, and she would guess at words because she didn't want to be slowed down. And so the biggest change I think we noticed early on was when she started to care about getting the words right, because before she didn't want to come across as having a reading problem, and so when she saw the first letter was C, she would just guess at the word if she didn't know it rather than be slowed down and have to work through a word. But once we got a little further along, I think that was the most surprising change, was now she cared about how words were spelled when she was writing, and she cared about getting the words right because she knew she could get them and she knew that it was wrong, and so that was a pleasant surprise to see. But I think it's given her the confidence to read and perform, like to be in front. She just did a season of forensics where she had to memorize a script and then perform it, and just to see her come alive on the stage and knowing that going forward she'll be able to do that with scripts. She's already a year out and planning for next year's forensics with a partner that she worked with this year because she enjoyed it so much. I don't think she would have had the confidence to enter into something like that prior to vision therapy. So it's given her the confidence to try those things, and it's given her a bit more of endurance to actually work things through to the end rather than just skip through it quickly. And sometimes she still needs some reminders and somebody like, okay, you can do this, and we can work through it. Giving her the ability to work through it in the long term, and to give her that confidence to go and try these things that do involve reading and are going to get you reading in front of other people, because when you know that what you're reading isn't right, that's a very hard thing to do. Whereas with Dani was having a lot of reading issues. Eleanor was reading amazingly, and so it was a real surprise to us when I think it was Dr. Hemeke at Zealand Vision asked if we had ever heard about vision therapy, and Jen, my wife, just started laughing. She's like, we had been almost several months in with Dani when she recommended that, and it just presented so differently. It was surprising to hear that she might need vision therapy too. For Dani, her double vision was overlapped like this, so it was very difficult to read. For Eleanor, it was like this, so she would just shut that one off so she could focus on this one. But looking back, it was really difficult for her to learn how to ride a two-wheel bicycle. And it just, even a balance bike was difficult before training wheels, trying to do that. She couldn't really do that. But once we figured out that she had the double vision issue, and as we heard Dr. Neal explain what that could cause, because her brain's got to reconcile these two images that she's seeing, to trying to balance on anything would be difficult. So now that she's come through this, riding a bike is not difficult at all for her. And some of these other areas where she's had balance, like now she's doing ballet and she's not falling over when she's doing twirls and things like that. She's talked for years about doing gymnastics and ballet, and we never really got her into it because it didn't seem like she'd be able to handle it well. But she's got her first recital coming up on Saturday now, and so it'll be fun to see, and we've been able to watch her at home practice, and she's able to hold her balance versus before that would have been very difficult. So it's empowered her to be able to enjoy activities she's always wanted to be able to do. I do think it's important for parents to know too, though, how critical the at-home practice is. It was a challenge at times to go through that, and it takes commitment, and we weren't perfect about it, but at least getting 3-4 days in a week just reinforces everything that you're doing here. And I think it went that much better because we did things at home as well. Our girls looked forward to coming here every week. They didn't always look forward to the exercises at home, but that was such an important part of it too. But they look forward to coming here every week. They, formed very close relationships with their vision therapists who they saw on a weekly basis, and with Dr. Neal. And when it came time to graduate from EagleEye, that was a very bittersweet day. It was exciting that they had finally graduated. Dani went through for a year. Eleanor was 9 months. So this was a difficult place to leave because they loved coming to see Lincoln. They loved playing the VR games for their exercises. They loved how much everyone here genuinely cared about them, and not only for their well-being and getting them to a better place with their vision, but just cared about who they were as people. And were genuinely interested in what went on in their lives. Every session always began first with just, what's going on right now? What do you got going up? What do you got coming up? What are you excited about? And so that was tough to leave, and I know they look forward to just popping in this summer to see everyone. So it's so we love EagleEye.